The red button has been pressed.
There is actually a red button right here on this thing.
Love it. This is the first time I got to tell you. This is the first time I think I'm on video. No, well, yeah, well, in a podcast format, this is the
Don't you
first time.
sometimes do it like with your phone?
True, but that's not really a podcast. That's just like me just being, doing little segments and stuff.
Right. And I mean, that's like a good starting point, I get. You know what? I should introduce you. Gabe Norori.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yes.
Am I saying that right?
No, that's right. Gabriel Ernesto Norori. I
Yeah.
hate my middle name, but everybody knows that by now.
Fair enough. I mean, his name's on the sign right here.
That's me. That's me working the fields. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But no, I guess good starting point here is because you've got your own podcast that started kind of as an offshoot from doing this.
Right on, yeah.
Let's talk about like how yours is different from mine.
Yeah, well, totally. You, for one thing, you have a format. You have something that you have probably questions already like formatted. Us, Chelsea and I, we just like off the cuff. There's a lot that goes on in these walls. We sometimes it's a little quiet, so that we do a lot. We talk, we get along, we have similar things, and we're both goofballs. So we just thought we need to record this because maybe somebody might enjoy our little banter. So that's where it became Banter Bar, and but yeah, there is definitely another format. It's just what's on our mind. Clearly, we cover a little bit of the business side of things, but we have more fun when it's just like
and because you guys are different, that it's the same two people constantly.
Yes.
And you're like floating from one topic to another between episodes.
Yes.
Where like I'm doing different people on every episode, but like keeping to like a certain group of topics, right?
Of course.
About like downtown Oshawa, what's going on here, what's interesting and awesome about this place.
Yeah, and the cool thing is that you're the perfect person to do that because I'm constantly, when I'm out and about, I constantly see you. You're there. Just by naturally you shoot. You're there. You're shooting events, so you're always downtown. You're getting the pulse of what's happening. So you're perfect for this.
I had this great opportunity to build up a really cool network, right? And like for this podcast, originally the concept was to find someone else to host it for me.
That is wild.
And like there were 2 or 3 people that I had conversations with.
Okay.
For one reason or another, it just wouldn't work out.
Okay.
And then it was like,
I'm curious to know. You tell me off mic. I'm curious who you were talking to.
Sure.
That'd be cool.
But it just turned into like I realized there's all these podcasts, but like no one's really doing what I would like to see. And I had started to build up this network from doing the photography thing. And it just turned into like it makes a lot of sense for me to just handle it, right?
Yes, of course. You have the equipment. You have, you know what I mean? You have all the connections. That's great. Yeah. I'm happy for you. By the way, I'm really enjoying what you're doing. It's cool. And you're tackling like individuals that you normally wouldn't see on a pod. So that's cool. So cool.
Well, and like, because I want to give you guys credit for just like the amount that you've done with the amount that you've had, right? Like you're in, correct me if I'm wrong, this is probably the smallest booth in the market.
100%.
Like, I think you guys have the most community presence out of anyone here, I think, right?
Oh, well, thank you.
You're around, you're doing the social media thing at like the top level, I think, out of all the downtown businesses.
Oh man, that's awesome. I really appreciate that because my background is in that, so it's been very helpful. And I like there's if I'm going to be running something like this, I got to use my strengths, right? Mm-hmm. And by the way, Chelsea wanted to be here today, but unfortunately, what's today? Thursday. Thursday's her she does her inventory of her rock collection. So I
can't tell if you're making a joke or not.
No,
I was like, part of me was just like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, like you're like, well, we'll have her on. We'll discuss.
Oh yeah, like what kinds of rocks does she have?
So she's at the Station Gallery. She teaches.
Okay.
She's teaching. She's a great, phenomenal teacher, and so she's doing that right now. And she'll pop at the Station Gallery. She'll be at the RMG, and then today it just happened to be Station Gallery.
Okay, cool. And like I said, that's just an excuse to have another episode with you guys at some point.
Love it.
Right?
Oh my God. Yeah.
So how did you guys? Because you started this thing called Crafted Art Bar together, right?
Yes.
So like, what is that, and what are you trying to do with it?
Yeah. So so this Gabe and Pancha is my baby project. You know what I mean? Pancha is my baby. She's my fur baby. Pancha's my dog. So Let's
make that clear to everyone. It's your dog.
Oh my God,
it's not a person that works here like I thought at first.
Yeah, my sister would always get asked. Chelsea would always get asked if who's Pancha, right? So, but the more we operated here, and I brought in Chelsea on board, and I brought her as one of the best baristas around here. She was very pivotal in to fill up the menu, make sure that everything was running the shop along with my sister. But slowly I figured out that I knew her background when I hired her. She was an artist, so I knew that much that I wanted to bring a community. This is this was built as a community kind of hub where you can grab your bite. There's no pressure. You can do, and then so I wanted to naturally do events here. So Chelsea was on top of my mind. But then I noticed that she had like great qualities about her, and then I thought the more she did, the more involved she was with events. It just naturally, as we our lease is up and we're going to be going and moving somewhere else potentially, it only makes sense that we partner up and she gets that that freedom to express herself more. So it does, the name Gabe and Pancha no longer makes that much sense. So we are a portable mobile bar that concentrates on the art component, and then we provide drinks. So that's what we do.
And like, yeah, there's something really admirable there in that, like, she got hired as a barista and has expanded into so many other things, like, through this.
That's
right?
all credit to her. That's all credit to her, and I sorry, I'm drinking here. But I love, my background is in the arts, and I always, I ran teams for many years. So, like, I always like to foster wherever I see there's possibilities here. And she has so much potential, and I could tell that she had a good character about her. So, like, it was an easy transition. She's always up for the challenge. Along with my sister played a humongous role in like, making sure that when I wasn't here, that there was someone friendly to provide the service, right? And we're very proud of what we provide here. But, yeah, so that's where we're at.
Well, and like a coffee shop really lives and dies on the vibe that they put out, right? And like, how are your staff treating your customers, right?
100%. I hope if anybody like has come through here and not had the best experience, I would love the feedback, right? But everybody has their days off stuff. But generally speaking, if you come here, I want to treat you. I always say like friends, right? In the podcast, and I don't mean it as a joke or belittling anything. I call them Gabies as a joke, inside joke, but because I care about them. The majority of people that come here, I know them on a first name basis. Well, it's no different from the great coffee shops around here too. So I'm not taking that credit. But if on my downtime, I'll come in and hang out, and we'll talk. We'll hang out after work with some people. You know what I mean? Like I'm about that. I live here, so why not base my friends here?
That's like really one of the things that I think stands out about you guys is the way that, like, I'll see you at half the events I'm going to.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm going to events as my job. Right? Like, you're just really involved in the local community. I love to see it, right?
Oh, thanks, man. Well, second, what are you saying, Steve? This guy's no life. He's out and about too many times. Well, I'm playing.
No. And, like, just compared to so many other people, because I think there's a lot of people who are, like, when they're having their night out, they're getting on a bus and going to Toronto. Right? Yes. And, like, that's kind of the thing that I want to fight against here.
Oh,
is,
man,
like,
we're on the same team.
Because there's so much going on in Oshawa.
We're on the same team. We've had these discussions, man. And, I mean, Chelsea feels the same way in some regards. So, like, we're here in a this is a city, right?
It counts as a city, I think.
It's a city, technically a city.
It says City of Oshawa
City
on the side.
City of Oshawa, check. And there is so much talent here, man. Like, I lived in Scarborough for many years. I did the whole thing, trekking downtown to go to events. But when I moved to here, I quickly noticed the music scene was like no other.
Yeah, it's really different.
And it's not just, I'm just going to get my guitar, I'm just going to play. There's talent. There's really great talent. There's a lot of passion and everything. There's the arts. Like, what are the little city, like a city, right? We're in Durham, right? We have the RMG, hub of the arts. We have the Oshawa Art Association, right? We have the Tribute Center right across where we can have with great bands like Google Dolls, unfortunately canceled yesterday, but they were here, right? And then you got the smaller ones, the Atria, right? An amazing dive bar for what it is.
The best shows I've ever seen have been in that place.
Dude, shout out Television, one of amazing bands that we really love. Then you got the Regent Theater, you know what I mean? Then you got Bond Street back here behind us. They run multiple shows. Nick and that crew, like, and Heather, phenomenal job, right? So I don't have to go. That's why I'm there a lot.
Right. You also have to call out Biltmore Theater.
Biltmore Theater. Oh hell, Biltmore Theater. How dare I? Thank you.
Right.
That's where we're a two-man unit over here. When I drop the ball, you pick it up.
In so many ways, like, Biltmore and Bond Street are like opposites of each other. Like, they're part of a whole. I think.
But that's the beauty.
Right.
That's the beauty. There's no real overlap. You know what I mean? They're all doing their own unique thing, and
well, there's just enough competition there that they're both still putting effort in to like being excellent.
And that's huge that you mentioned that, right? Because there's a lot of places where you go and you're right. You just sit on your laurels. Oh, we're bringing this band. We're doing this. Blah blah blah. I don't know, just coaxing by. Not these guys. Not
no,
these
and
guys.
like no one's attitude is like screw them because we're better and we're gonna do. No, it's not like that. It's like whoa, they're doing a really cool thing. We have to do something really cool too.
Yes. And how do I know that? Because I go there on a daily basis.
Right.
I see them at like chamber events. I see them and we're talking. We're constantly talking. Everybody here wants to collab. I mean, I'm a huge proponent. Like I push that, right?
Yeah.
I'm the arts. If my background weren't in the arts, then maybe I wouldn't feel this way necessarily, but it is. So I can't change that about me. And so is Chelsea. And I don't know why I'm pointing back here.
Yeah, just barely out of frame.
Yeah. Chelsea's been here the whole time. She's just whispering in my ear.
Oh, yeah.
The answers.
I was going to say, is there like anything with her picture printed on it we could put right here?
Yeah. Oh my God. I wish you had told me. It would have been funny. But so, there's a lot of arts. So how do we push that forward? How do we tell people that live around here that are not, they're afraid to come downtown because it's going to get mugged? Listen, there's definite issues. You know what I mean? Like, there's definite issues, right? Like,
I'm of the opinion there's no issue in downtown Oshawa that, like, running 2 blocks can't fix.
There you go. Yeah.
And, like, I've never needed to in the 3 years I've lived here. I live here.
I feel fine, but I'm a big guy. I don't know how I'm just going to say a woman would feel walking down, so I understand that perspective. But it's no different from downtown Toronto. You get your pockets, right? I mean?
Well, and I had this weird thing where I was talking to someone who had recently graduated from O'Neill, the high school up here.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, you don't go there. Like, it's scary. And I'm like, shut up. Like, I live here. Like, that's my home, and I love it here. Like,
there you go.
And it makes me sad to see, like, people who grow up here think it's that scary. And, like, it's not.
There's a disconnect there. Like, my brother feels that way a little bit, right? Like, he's coming around a little bit. It's like when I would take the girls out, it's like, oh, can you avoid this section, this section? I'm not calling on my brother, but, like, it's not that bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that bad. Like, I used to deliver ice cream all of Durham and a lot in Oshawa. So I've visited every pocket here. Yes. Would I get in the car, maybe triple check where I'm, just being smart, or where I am in my area? But I've never felt, maybe I'm a weirdo, but I've never felt that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, that shouldn't stop. We have to do a better job of promoting of how to come down here and have a great time.
Right.
Support the people that are here, because when there's no support, and I know times are tough, but there's no support, that stuff dries up, and then things get closed down. It's no different, right?
And it's, I think, mostly just based on rumors that have come up, right? And, like, everyone kind of likes making the joke about how shitty it is, but, like, it's not.
Stuff, and listen,
right? And it's a joke, right? I've made that joke.
Oh, dude. So, like, 10, 15 years ago, I'm guilty of that, and I've said it to them. And then when I moved here, I said, what a jackass for even me remotely even cracking a joke like that, man. I've met the best people in this city, like genuine, like heartfelt, like amazing relationships I've formed here since I've left, right? So I have no family, so I feel like I have a pocket of family here in Durham, and would be here. So how do we, like, activate that?
Right.
They're doing like the buildings themselves, they're doing a phenomenal job. But how do people from the outside, like, whisper in someone's ear, don't go downtown. The same stuff is here, if not better, cheaper,
like half price.
Yes.
And save yourself an hour each way.
Travel
right?
and all that stuff.
Well, and if you're drinking, like, you can't drive yourself home, so now you're constrained to when is there a bus?
Yes.
What's the last time I can get home?
Yeah.
And, like, I've rarely stayed in Toronto past 11 p.m.
I get that.
Right? Because you don't know that you'll make it home, right?
Right. Now you're like a quick Uber away. Or even better, if you're at Gabe at Pancha's or Crafted, you got zero-proof drinks, you extend your night, you have no problem.
No, that's a conversation to get into. How did you guys start doing the zero-proof thing?
Yeah, so originally there was a bar that's located in this building, but it got delayed, it got pushed back. So I wanted to, I'm a cafe, and I wanted to be ahead of this stuff, right? Like I based my pillars off other places downtown that are doing it right, doing it nice. I don't know what I was saying there.
It's fancy.
Yeah. But I love, I drink. I'm not going to lie to you. I drink. But I wanted, since I had that, like, a bit of a constraint, so it got me creative. I said, okay, there's a market here. So I started launching drinks. Mocktails. At that point, I would call them mocktails. Then I quickly realized, when I met Dana and stuff, from Marketplace in Pickering, that it was not the term was that doesn't sit well with people that are in that lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
Because you're mocking something.
Yeah. The word mock just has a negative connotation.
Exactly. So we're in the business of providing delicious, beautiful drinks that are unique for people that don't necessarily drink.
Yeah.
So and like I said, So everything we run here, if you've noticed, is zero proof. Most of the time, we called it zero proof social. Is the brand that James and I came by from Cali Tacos, and to this day, now it's gone in like steam. It got a little bit of steam, and we're happy, and we're producing more cool drinks. And
Well, and like
this
that's the
market's
thing
going
that
up.
I've noticed in all of the events I've been to,
Yeah.
right, is the events where everyone in the room is drunk. It's not necessarily better, right? Like that's not the thing that makes it fun. What makes it fun is when people are having a good time and they're dancing, they're singing along with the music or whatever is going on, right?
Yeah. Music is always the key.
But
for
like
a lot of these things,
a
man.
room of drunk people is a sloppy mess at times. And like
And I've been there.
not
You've been
being
there.
in that room, sometimes it feels really great, right? And like
100%.
so the big one that I was at that was really fun here was salsa night.
Oh yeah, one of our first events.
You like really turned the whole place into like a nightclub, and it had such an interesting and different feel to it.
Yeah,
To the point where like I didn't even think to myself, "Oh, I wish I could get a beer right now." Like that thought didn't even enter my mind.
That is very cool that you say that. And it's and it's good to hear. We always feedback. Like it's something that like I'm Latino, and I think I try to represent as best I can from Nicaragua, and we do there's certain elements and flavors and stuff. And I started actually. Let me go back a little bit. I did start with alcohol infused. I was known for alcohol infused ice cream, right?
Oh, right.
So like I'm not so that's where I got into it. But then like the drinks are a separate, its own separate thing.
Because like you kind of mostly started as ice cream.
Yeah, I've been known.
And
as
then
ice
like
cream.
the coffee came later.
Right. So when I got in here, I quickly realized, well, I can't operate solely on ice cream. I was confident in myself, and I still am to this day. But I know that was going to slow down during winter. So I'm like, okay, so then shift. Like when I submitted here, I said I want to be a coffee shop. I want a cafe, modern cafe that has different things. And then the drinks came, and then the baked goods, and what was I going? But yeah, naturally, the whole end game was events. Because I see it, the cool cafes do that stuff by natural, right? So we're to the point where like now, what's really like got me pumped up is that side of the business. You know what I mean?
Well, and it's a really good way to guarantee 20, 30, 40, 50 sales for you.
100%. Yeah, the world of me just sitting here and waiting for people to come for coffee is just not realistic.
No, it's not what it is.
The core is not quite as densely populated as I thought it was when I first signed on, right? So so you got to be creative. You got to be creative. I can't just sit down and die, right? So so we're doing all these cool events, and salsa was something that to my knowledge, you could tell me because you lived here longer. How many salsa events besides the Happy
I'd never seen anything like
right?
that.
So we there's a market there, and now to the point where I feel happy that Bond Street did a phenomenal job back here.
Oh, right.
About like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
From No Entertainment, at 222, and they did a great job. And I was like, part of me is like, oh man, I kind of helped with that because Julio is the DJ that ran ours, and he runs it in Brooklyn Pub. Shout out Julio. But this is something that like you don't normally, here we got rock.
Yeah.
Down. You know what I mean?
This is
You-
Punk City.
Punk City, babe. Punk City. But Latino, just a different flavor would be nice for just to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So we're proud to do that one, and it went phenomenal.
Well, and for me, it was just like outside of anything that I would have usually chosen to go to, right? Like I was going to it because I live upstairs here, and I'm like, there's a thing. Like let's see how it goes, right?
Yeah.
And like really blew me away with just like the amount of like how well thought through everything felt, right? It
Thanks.
flows like an event in Toronto, I would say.
Thank you. And a lot of credit goes to James because James has a lot of experience of running a lot of restaurants and clubs, Havana Club. James, there's a long list of things. So I leaned heavily on him for that first one because and my background is, graphics, marketing. So like I did tickets, we did videos, we did reels, we got Town Brewery involved to sponsor us our drinks, you know what I mean? Non-alcoholic, which was like, at that point, like, there was only a few places here that would even carry non-alcoholic beers. You know what I mean? Which slowly you'll start seeing a lot more in bars here. But we did our component. We decorated as best as we could to make it feel cool. We separated we got a dance instructor. Julio got a dance lesson included in the ticket. $15 plus a drink that would get people a little sample of non-alcoholic. So we did our best, and we got more than 150 people for that first show. It was ridiculous. I was like, this is unreal that we did this and pulled it off in about like a month.
Right. What are some of the other kind of greatest hits of your events that you've done here?
Well, we just so we've partnered up. We just did one last weekend. It's called Cocktails and Classics.
Right.
Again, a zero proof event. This one is the brainchild of Janelle. Janelle runs a thrifting Oak Roots, and then there's the division she's run that she's also aligned with us. Zero proof. So we want to provide cool activities for people that don't drink, right? So, and then James, is involved as well. So the three of us got together and we did this like throwbacks, 90s, 2000s, hip hop, R&B, reggae, that kind of, which some people do here, but we wanted to do it just a little bit more in a safer environment. And we had two DJs were playing here. We had an art activation with Ace, an artist. It's very cool. Wears a mask, very, very hip hop oriented, like very cool. And so that's and then Chelsea curated the experience of like the arts and putting some little decorations around it. It's so cool. So we're in that. Like that's the one we just ran, and we're gonna do another one in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks. We just have to determine where we're gonna go, where we're gonna host it.
Oh, okay, call me in for that one.
Oh, 100%.
Well, it was funny because there was a conflict with that. I was shooting Watchmen over at Bond.
Oh, right.
And as I was walking home, I was like, the bigger shows get really tiring to run around with the camera like that.
It's equipment and stuff.
So I was walking by, and I like, what the heck is going on in here? Like,
yeah,
it almost looked more fun than like this big industry level like concert that I was at. I was like,
that is cool that you said that, dude. Because I've been, I do a pod, right? I do videos, and I've been thinking about it, and I'm seeing a lot of reels, and it's like, there's a demand and a call for like a more intimate setting events.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
That
Agreed.
sweet spot of like 30 to 70 people, where everybody comes in, you get a chance to mingle, talk, zero proof, and then there's like a more of a party atmosphere towards the end of the night, and that's what we did, and it's not just that. Like I said, we have arts. We're thinking. How do we tie the music to? There's a theme to this.
Yeah. Well, and there's this thing when you go to a nightclub of like, look, some people are here to party, to dance the whole night, and like that's what it is. For a lot of other people, they'll dance for a song or two and then step back and like walk around the room, talk to people. I think having like art in the room gives you like a thing to do when you don't want to be on the dance floor.
Right.
Like it's an interesting kind of distraction / social opportunity.
Yeah, and that's where all our strengths come in, right? James has run a lot of events. Janelle has run a lot of events. She's very creative. I'm very creative. Chelsea has a lot of experience of running cool events downtown under Living Color. So she also does like these art components that like tie in. So like when you're in a room, exactly that. You want to take a breather? Cool. You can watch this amazing talent just live paint. You know what I mean? While the music's in the background. You want to chill back, grab a cocktail, just sit down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no rush. You're not tied to one section. We want you to have that freedom.
And also that's like another brilliant thing about this space and using it the way that you have is like there's zones to it where like
100%.
There's a dance floor over here,
right.
Or if you want to just like sit down, you can go back there.
Yeah, so we're marketing
or the other way around sometimes.
Yeah, and we're marketing 7 Kings. So the strength of this building itself, it's a food hall, right? So there's about 9 vendors, 8, 9, and a bar. So there's like, where else are you gonna go where you can choose what different types of dishes and food, and then settle into your night into the what we're throwing, right? So we want to make sure that we're bringing a little bit of that pull for people here, the local businesses here, and then we focus on our people on our end. Yeah.
Right. What else you want to talk about here?
I'm down for anything, man. We can talk about crafting. How about you?
Oof,
Tell
you're talking
listen,
about me.
There's a moment because I love to do workshops. We had some early discussions that me and you I wanted you to.
You know what? I'm
frankly,
rethinking about doing that because you put a TV in here, and that changes kind of how I could run that.
Okay.
What we're talking about, by
Yes.
the way, is I might start doing some photography workshops in downtown.
As
like,
you should, dude. As you should. You're one of the best.
well, it's one of those
people here.
things that, like, when I'm shooting, I don't know, whatever it is about me, people pick up that I know what I'm doing really
do.
quick, and, like, ask me questions a lot. And I like talking about this stuff. I've always been a learn by teaching kind of person.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm happy to, like, go through your camera and explain how to, you set this and then do this. And, like, I can talk people through it. And I think I'm really big on like helping other people elevate what they're doing.
Love it.
Right? Like I don't want to be the guy who's like all guarding my secrets, right? Like because I think you can go online and learn any of this stuff too, right? That's what I did when I was getting into it.
Yeah, I like that approach because I'm the same way too, and everybody. I'm very transparent. Like I'll film how we do our drinks. You know what I mean? I have no problem with that. We go on the back because I think everybody. I'm
Well,
not
like
worried
making
about
your own drink at home is not the same thing as going out to a bar and getting it from someone else.
But we're in this like era of like, you want to provide something cool for your people that follow you. You know what I mean? And then you would hope. The hope is that they would appreciate that and then come back and we discuss and there's like that's how you build community, right?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm all about.
And give you the chance to receive feedback on like, oh, that drink would be cool if you swapped this for this.
Boom.
Kind of thing.
Boom. I have on my page. I have something that's called Create. You can fill out a form, and I say let's create together, right? It's a tagline. So like I'm down with like if there's a baker, if there's a bartender, if there's an artist, if there's a photographer, if there's you know what I mean, a visual. Let's find an experience or a workshop that we could do here. You know what I mean? Like we want to make sure that people are dying to do things, step out of the realm of their own house, and do cool activities within the arts. So we want to provide that platform.
And it's so cool that opening a coffee shop was your gateway into this.
Yeah,
right?
Wild, right?
Like, who would have ever thought that was going to be the progression of it?
Yeah. I jokingly say that I have ADHD. That's what we call it, Gabe ADHD in the unit here. Because I'm just like 1,000 thoughts per minute, you know what I mean? Sometimes I catch myself on videos and I don't know if I'm breathing when I'm doing these segments, you know what I mean?
And it's funny because like I'll get the notification, Gabe just went live. And it's like
ignore it.
10:30 p.m. kind of thing. You're like, what are you talking about at this? Okay, like, hey, more is better than less, I guess, right?
Yeah, I'm weird. I operate.
And this is a thing that I worry about, like with this, because I'm on like a weekly release schedule for these, right?
Oh, yeah.
I am starting to question if it should be like more frequent and more ad hoc the way that you do yours,
brother.
And it's like a planning issue for me because I have to get people and like coordinate it.
Right. Maybe there's a different, like, you don't have to get so fancy for some of these. Because what I've done on the spot is when I go to Brew. Oh, I forgot to mention Brew Wizards. How rude of me.
Oh, yeah.
A phenomenal place that I hang out on Friday nights for their punk nights.
Right.
Fuck, love that spot. And Jesse and them. So one night I just, I always carry my phone around. That's how I do majority of my recording. I said, do you mind? Do you have 10 minutes? And she was gracious and we started talking.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's it. Whenever it's that moment, you try to capture it, no matter what equipment you have on you.
Well, and that's the thing of like, you want it to feel like a conversation more than an interview.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
Right. And like, so that's why I don't tend to do these with like a prepared list of questions.
Yeah, that's why I grabbed it and I tore it and threw it in the trash, the one you gave me.
Oh, yeah.
No,
just pure disrespect.
No, man. No, I get it.
Well, and like, because the first couple, that was like what I was doing just because I wasn't sure where we were going.
Of course.
Right. And like, this is the thing everyone asks me is like, what are you going to ask? Like, do you have a list?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Good. Well, and this one was a really last minute one, right? Because I had someone cancel on me this morning.
I'm sloppy seconds, you know what I mean?
No, it's more of a, this had to happen eventually, right? Like as soon as I announced that we were doing a podcast, that was like,
people reaching out.
One of the ones that like everyone was like, "Oh, you're gonna have Gabe on at some point."
Oh,
right?
wicked.
And there's a few others of like the white whales of the Shwacast, I guess.
Yeah. And like I said, hey, I never asked you what is your background. Have I asked you that? Like what did you study or what didn't you? What did you
who
work?
is Steve?
Yeah.
This is a question. Sure.
Steve Cast,
so,
baby.
No, I moved to Oshawa when I was 18. To start at UOIT, Ontario Tech. So I did 6 years there in the automotive engineering program.
Oh, man, I never thought. Yeah, see, I didn't know this.
No, a different life before any of this, right? What happened was I graduated right at the beginning of COVID. And it was like, good luck getting a job at GM, right?
Right.
What I ended up doing was I was working at my dad's company. He started this business called Storage Powered Solutions.
Okay.
They did battery energy storage for like industrial applications. So kind of like a battery backup for an entire factory or an entire city block.
Yeah.
Was like, that was what they were doing.
So he's like Mr. Burns, you know what I mean? He's gonna control all the power.
something like that.
He's
No,
like waiting for the disaster. He's like, I'm rich, baby.
he sells to Mr. Burns. Mr.
Yeah,
Burns
yeah,
is the
yeah.
customer.
True.
But no, it started off as like when I was a first-year engineering student, I needed something to do for a summer. They hired me to sweep floors. And then the next summer I came back and I was tightening screws instead. And then the next summer after that, I was doing some more complicated stuff, and it just kept on expanding until I graduated, couldn't find a job, had all the qualifications. You're a mechanical engineer now, Steve. So, and I was working there for a long time. And it was just slowly over time, I started to realize like engineering is not what I wanted to do. I think,
Okay.
well, I think it gets this like, you're going to be like Iron Man and do the Tony Stark thing is like the mythology
For
of
sure,
it.
for sure.
And that's like
Naturally.
what you're sold. And it turns out to be something very different. I think a lot of people could be happy doing this, but it's not what I do.
Yeah, no, I have a lot of friends that are in the field, and they do very warehouse, like very specific. Yeah, I know where you're coming from. I know
Very
where you're coming
specific
from.
stuff.
And then you have this creative about aspect. I know that you
Right. Well, and I did a lot of
play.
drawing rectangles and another rectangle and telling exactly where this rectangle
Yeah,
and
yeah,
this
yeah.
side. And it's like, what am I even working on? And then I would work on something for 60 hours and then the project would get canceled. It's like, ugh. So eventually, and the honest truth here, hey, maybe shouldn't say it on camera, but I got into an argument with my boss.
Okay.
There were some big personalities and some unclear expectations.
Okay.
So I walked away from that company. And it was at a time where we had recently actually sold the company. I had some cash on hand. I could float for a couple of months,
Yes.
couple of years. And I wanted to try something else. So at first that was going to be music. And I was going to be a big serious musician.
Yeah.
Did that for a while. And
Yeah. You play
After
great,
a
man.
couple-
I heard you. Yeah, I've heard
you know what? I think I'm okay at this.
Yeah.
But like, as a sustainable lifestyle, I realized being a musician ain't it for me.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough, and it's
You got to keep.
it's
you're
mentally
constantly- you
draining in a really particular way that I didn't want to live like that. But I still want to play music all the time. I still want to be around music all the time. And there was this thing where at the 222 they have this jam session that they do. There's one tonight. I'm going to it right after we
Yes,
finish
it's
this.
called. It's been rebranded. It's local jam or something like that.
Local jam, local artist show. I don't even know what it's called. It's Brendan's thing. We had him on 2 episodes ago.
You're fired, Steve. You got it wrong.
I can't tell you what it's called if they keep changing it. I don't know what to say.
That's
Whatever
on
it's
you.
called, I'm going. So
yeah. No, it's cool. I've been to a bunch of them.
right, and so I started going to that as a musician, and at first it was like really kind of a lot of younger people that were like too young for a 26-year-old to be hanging out with. I was 26 at that time.
No, I get it.
So I was like, okay, what am I gonna do when I'm not playing? And I had just gotten like not like this camera, like a cheap, crappy camera,
I get it. Yeah, not that.
and
that's a beast.
entry level.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll just do that for a night and see how it goes. And then very quickly, it was like everyone was asking me to come back and do it again.
Yeah.
And I kept doing it over and over.
Yeah.
And then Bond Street was like, hey, can you do like kind of all of our stuff? Like, sure, why not?
Yeah.
And then other places started asking me to do stuff. And it like just turned into, I'm a professional photographer now.
Yeah.
Then I went and I did a year at Durham College in their photography program. And by the end of it's a 2-year program.
Yes.
By the end of year 1, I just
You
realized
felt
I
you're
didn't
good.
need it.
Got it.
Right?
Got it.
And I loved that program. I loved a bunch of my professors from it. I'd like
Yeah.
to have some of those professors on this at some point.
That's an easy thing. I'm sure they'd love to be on.
Right. So, and it just, one thing after another, this turned into something really serious for me, right? And
Yeah.
it's just been a one chapter after another kind of thing, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm up to my neck in work and couldn't be happier, right?
That's
I'm busier
great.
than I ever was as an engineer, that's for sure.
Good, man. Congrats. That's good on you, man. I think you're like. I think you have a great knack and a great eye for it, especially nighttime photography.
Yeah,
Nightlife.
that's the niche that I've kind of fallen into.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have these cool effects, and like you capture those, you know, still moments very well.
Yeah, well, and for me, it's more about, like, if I was doing a lot of daylight photography, I can do that really well too.
Yeah.
It's just like because I want to do events, right?
They
And like
naturally
I just
happen at
end
night.
up doing nightclubs and
Yeah.
I do concerts. I just, out of necessity, figured out how to do like the really dark, low light photography thing at a high level.
Yes.
Right? And I
Yeah.
started learning about all these different effects that you can do, and like, when is this effect appropriate versus this?
Right.
And like, how do you want to set things up?
Right. What kind of light is being shot?
Right, and
projected on the person.
If you've ever
and what-
seen me at an event, I probably have the big obnoxious
Yeah.
flash thing with
Yeah.
me. And, you know, I think that's like a big part of my look and why my stuff looks the way it does, right? And it gives me a lot more control. This is something I wouldn't have figured out if I'd never done photography school, because they teach you about these things.
Right. I mean, you even use those daytime, you know?
Yeah. No, and at daytime, there's whole different family of effects. This is
Yeah.
the kind of thing I'd get into if we did a workshop here.
Yeah. Yeah. Then he ghosted me. You know what I mean? We're like, we're gonna set something up, and he
Oh, yeah,
just
and
disappeared. No, I'm just playing with you, man.
No,
but-
the big sticking point was I needed a TV.
Okay.
As a way of like showing pictures in real time as
You
I'm
could
taking
have
them.
communicated that with me.
That
I would've got a
you
hold
know
of
what,
TV.
we
I'm very
could've.
flexible. You think I'm? How dare you ask
Yeah,
for a TV
Gabe, this
equipment?
asshole.
Yeah, look at this diva asking for a TV.
Right?
Yeah, but no, dude, this is good. This is good. The second I saw you do this, one of these that you released, I was like, yeah, dude,
Yeah.
good on
No,
you.
it just fit in so many different ways,
Yeah.
right? Because like it felt like there needed to be something a little more personal than me just posting like pictures of people.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And like I said, I was trying to find someone else to do it for, because I like social anxiety for me is a whole thing, right?
Oh,
Like,
okay.
so like I'm overcoming it by doing this in a lot of ways.
Hell yeah, dude. I would not know that from just looking at you and I don't know about when I bump into you.
No, and it's a funny thing that I realized, like, guests are anxious about coming on. Like, that's an aspect to this that I never really thought about.
I don't like. I love being in front of the camera now, but like I see it from other people like, oh
yeah,
you're
with you, it's the last of my concerns.
yeah. But I see from other people like, oh, do you need to practice and stuff? And it's like, no, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm not worried. Like, we live in an age where like you don't even have to really edit things, man. People
No.
like that. People just like to just see who you are. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's like another thing, because I produce podcasts for other people as well.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the time when I'm doing those, I'll have this like, because really all I'm there to do is operate the recorder and make sure everything's working.
Yeah,
And
once you
you
have
can
it
use my
dialed in.
equipment for it and all this.
Yeah.
But like, people kind of put me into the director role of like, was that good? Like, should we cut this part? And I'm always really big on like, if you can keep it in, keep it in.
Right.
Because this is a thing that I think people became a little bit more literate with in the social media era of like, when there's a cut, they notice it.
Yeah.
And it's like what did you cut?
Yeah.
What were
What do
you
you-
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah,
What
what
shady
inappropriate-
shit is Gabe up to here? Right?
But that's why when I edit my things, I'm constantly doing cut because it's like, oh, people are used to that look, that style. So like,
Yeah.
So
well,
when
and
I
it's
do
like a
mess up,
mental
you
kind
will
of, you're
know.
playing with their head and you're like
Yeah.
only showing the really good parts of
Right.
whatever you shot.
Like I love film, right? Like I did 3D animation. I did storyboarding. So the other day, I just did a pod that I have to put up myself tonight with Chelsea, and I speak on that. Sometimes, like when I'm operating, just driving in my car, I'm thinking of real, of like this. The sunset's like beautiful here, and I think of a track. Don't worry. I'm driving. I'm being responsible. But like that's how my brain operates majority of the time.
Oh, I had a funny one where one of my professors from the one of the ones I didn't like actually all that
Yeah.
much.
Keep
But,
his name out.
Yeah, we're keeping his name out. But he was doing this lesson, and he pulled up a picture that he wanted us to all edit.
Yeah.
And he's like, I took this on the drive-in this morning. I'm like, you pulled your camera out of your bag, set it up while you were driving, and took the picture?
I call bullshit on that.
Well, this is a...
Can you swear in this, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Actually, I encourage it.
Beep, beep.
Fucker. No, but this is an old people photography thing that I make fun of them for.
Yeah.
most professional cameras, they have the viewfinder you can look through.
Yeah.
Or you can look at the screen and like the result is the same.
Yeah.
And like this is like a preference thing, but I always use the screen, right?
Okay.
And like people who have been doing this for a long time that like shot on film always tend to go here.
Yes, that's just a natural
And he was
thing.
like, he's talking about like, oh, I was driving and it was like really hard to drive while I'm looking through the viewfinder. I'm like, what's wrong with you, dude? Like, you have a screen.
Oh man, crazy.
But
That's local business right there.
yeah, no, something you said there that just it reminded me of Albert Einstein when he was doing like the really serious physics stuff. Took a job at a post office
Okay. Yeah.
to keep his brain distracted to help with the creative problem solving side of his like other work.
Right. Okay.
Right? And like I think in a lot of ways running a coffee shop it gives your brain the space to think about other stuff while you're doing that.
Interesting. Yeah. Part of me why I left what I was doing was that I got a little bit of fatigue, actually, mental fatigue of like constantly producing for other people at a tight deadlines.
Yeah, I felt that.
And so I needed a break, and I wanted something that would use because I'm not like 95, right? So I can still use my body, and I'd be not afraid of that, and do a little bit more like hands-on stuff. But then when I'm doing this, that aspect never leaves you, right? You're in the arts. You're always being in the arts in some regard, right? So, you, in a weird way, yes, this is a very relaxing like exercise. Me making coffee, me having discussions with people. But long run, there's always something happening in the back of my mind that I want to do.
Right.
Sometimes I gotta learn how to slow down a little bit and focus, like do a better job in focusing on one aspect of it. But I'm getting there.
Well, and there's a distinction between what do you want to do professionally versus what do you want to do as a hobby.
Right.
Right? Because like for me, music has become firmly a hobby that I do.
You've acknowledged.
But
you've put
photography has become a profession.
Yes.
Right? And with you, it's
Actually, you know what?
calling events your hobby doesn't sound right either.
No, but I think all of this is in like, I come into work. I've been blessed, and I'll knock on this. It's not a wood, whatever this is.
Whatever this material
yeah,
is.
definitely not. It's from,
There's no
that's
real
from-
wood in here,
That's
damn
from
it.
China, probably. So, I've been very blessed that I've everything I've done to this point, I've really enjoyed. Generally speaking, I'm a pretty upbeat guy. There's moments where I get down, naturally when business and stuff is down and stuff like that. But I've been blessed that I come into work and I love what I do. Every single day. I love this. I love being here. Surely I want more people showing up here, but I love doing this. I love doing events. I love sitting down with Chelsea doing the pod. I love shooting reels. I love networking events and talking to Nick and talking to Jack and talking to, you know what I mean? Like this, I could not be in a better spot. I'm very grateful for that stuff, man. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say something there and I forgot it.
The coffee shop, the
Coffee
days.
shop? I don't know.
Chelsea's rock collection.
Chelsea's rock collection. That's really the missing piece here. Is I wanted to hear about rocks.
Clearly, I'm joking.
Well, you got the little gumball machine here. You could put
Yeah.
rocks in
Yo,
there.
the kids have been busting my balls. Like, no, not the kid. That sounds weird. The way I said that. but it's like, yeah, I never filled it up with gum. I've been lazy. I've been slacking on.
I mean, like, what else could you put in there? That would be
I
interesting.
don't even know. We'll
Any
figure it out.
gum-sized objects.
Yeah, we got to do something cool. Man, so many ideas, man. So many ideas. Like Crafted. That's why I'm excited about Crafted in particular, is because now we're meeting more people. And like I said, Crafted could be this little portable this cafe here. This what you get here could be anywhere.
Right.
It could be in a business center. It could be at a Scotiabank. We show up with a bar and we're like slinging. I was like slinging drinks for a couple hours at an office because there's no tie to alcohol. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I could do a bachelorette party at some bachelorette party, and I could be there and I could be doing drinks, or we could do Chelsea come down to like a birthday party and we like 8 to 12 kids are there and we come to your home and we set up hot chocolate ice cream and she's doing this cool kit. So there's endless possibilities. We could be at the Firewolves like painting something. You know what I mean? We're gonna be at the oh my god. What's the little mansion over here that?
Parkwood.
Parkwood.
There we go.
We're gonna be at Parkwood at some point. Like there's we could be anywhere, and that excites me because
Yeah.
and it gives us like we get to flex our muscle, creative muscle, right?
And what's so cool about it is that
Especially
it's
muscle-
like
muscle
about
mommy.
integrating with a community,
Yeah.
right? And like being part of stuff that's already going on,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Because I think there's something there in terms of like, for me, I know it's a strategy with doing these because I'm going to post it on Instagram as
Right.
a collab.
It's all-
and then your audience
Yes.
partially becomes my audience.
course.
And my audience comes over to you
And
as well.
isn't that beautiful?
Right. And it's
Isn't
like
that
it
beautiful?
works to both of our advantage
Of course.
to do these kinds of
course.
things,
And
right?
people, yeah. So like whenever I like even remotely get invited to these things, I jump at the chance. You know what I
Right.
mean? I'll even shut
And
down
that's
the
why
bit-
you have so much presence in this kind of space, I think, because you take it really serious.
I do. Nothing matters more to me than a relationship with somebody. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not bullshitting you. You know what I mean? Like I know some people are like can be like that, but no. If I generally tell you something, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna be there. It's because I want to be there. Because I want
Right.
to be your friend. Because I want to talk to you. There's no like a hidden agenda here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, and that's crafted, and like in a nutshell, is Chelsea and I purposely are joined the Oshawa Art Association, and we're part of the events committee because
I can think of no one better for it.
yeah,
right?
wicked. Yeah, thanks. Because we want to bring in some cool, fresh ideas and support where they currently run, and bring more eyeballs towards that. So
Right.
we're excited. We just joined, and there's a nice committee there, and we're about events and we Convergence. The city's doing a phenomenal job. Oshawa Chambers,
Right.
Oshawa Tourism, like great partners, and these people go to bat for every small business. And
know.
these resources are here. It's just a matter of like building those relationships, showing up, going to the network events, going to the coffee things.
Yeah, because
And, like,
you
some
just don't know what resources are available
All
to
you need
you
to
unless
do
you
is
start
meet-
looking.
All you need is to meet that one person that can change your life. So
Right.
that's the perspective you gotta tackle when you're a small business. You gotta punch. Yeah, there's you get punched in the gut and you're down and you're like wondering where am I gonna make this rent and blah blah blah. So you got to do your best of putting your name out there. You know.
Well, and that's the thing with like opting into being an entrepreneur is like you're accountable for your losses,
100%.
right? And
Yeah.
like the highs are high and the lows are low.
Those are the lowest. I've done a pod when I did like a solo pod, I call it, and I was in bed recording. And I was like debating if I should even record it or not, but I'm not. The old me would have been like, "Don't be stupid. Don't project that up there. Like, don't put it up there." But part of me is like, the more updated me version 2.5.
Couple revisions in.
Yeah, revisions in. Yeah. More than I like to admit. It says no, put it out there. People will understand. The right people that I care about will understand where I'm coming from. And I was vulnerable, and I said, I went through a very dark period here in the first year in the winter, where it's like, this is not even remotely going as planned. You know what I mean? I had this grand vision of this. It's going to be easy. I was doing solid business at home. So when I thought, naturally, I'm going to translate to a building. I get to like dictate what I want to do. And then the traffic kind of dwindled. You know what I mean?
I feel like downtown Oshawa has this problem with like inertia of like just as soon as you open a new thing, no one realizes it's there yet. Right?
Yeah,
And
it is wild.
There is like this 1 or 2 year warm up period before things really start going, right?
Yeah.
Like, and to me, like Bond Street is like obvious, like this amazing place in downtown Oshawa. And I have to remind myself, every time there's a bigger show there and you get like kind of a crowd showing up, half the people are coming for the first time. Right? And there's still this like, I think downtown Oshawa is running on like 15% right now because 85% is going to Toronto for everything.
Yeah. Right.
Right? And like
Right.
there's so much more that could happen if you just got like 2% extra coming in.
You're right. That is
Right?
the-
And like
is
that,
the-
we're just trying to tip the scale in favor of
100%. And there's great people that are pushing for that, right? Will McGurk from Cops
that, right?
Record.
That's another white whale of this
Yeah,
podcast.
100%. You haven't had him, right?
No, not yet.
Right, that's the term white whale.
We've talked about it. We're going
Yeah.
to sooner
Dude,
or later.
I'm gonna steal him from you first.
Oh, damn it. He's going to
go
change the format of his podcast just to beat me. Okay.
Yeah. Sit down with Will. We'll rename it. We'll rebrand. Well, we gotta get you on. But The man's brilliant. He walks in here. He knows. His background is in the arts too. You know, he was like a co-host into the media. So now, he's always like, great guy to just fall when we're doing events, and I felt that I wasn't hitting the mark. There's the guy that like,
And he'll say exactly what you could do better.
Yes, and that's what you need. A person that's frank with you,
And he also has the experience with this city to back up whatever he's going to say.
Yes,
right?
yes, and he was brilliant. We set up an event just like 3-4 weeks ago. We're at the Biltmore upstairs, where he got together all these local businesses that are here in the same, obstacles that we're all facing, and we got together and we got to meet the people. Like I Connor and think from Party Friends who I never met in my life, right?
Right.
Like I followed them. I love their stuff.
That was another one where I was like shocked that you didn't know them because
I knew
you've been to their stuff.
Yes, I know EV, right? Like, but I didn't know Connor, right? So
yeah.
Like, such a cool person, and if it weren't for that event that we did, that Will threw, and we got all together, I would not have met. And you know what I mean? So like, this is the stuff that we need to do a better job as local businesses of figuring out how to meet together and come up with game plans to get people down here, right? Yeah.
Just making sure that the city knows there's stuff going on, right? Like, it drives me nuts when
with
you
our
see
own people. If you work downtown and you're not hanging out on Fridays and Saturdays here, what are we doing here?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, why are we feeding the pig over there at Toronto and not wrong element there, but like, enjoy the people here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It starts with us. And then the other people will follow, right?
Well, and it just drives me nuts when you hear people say, "Oh, there's nothing going on in downtown."
Like, oh my God,
you're wrong.
Comedy, karaoke, raves,
more concerts than you can count.
More concerts like I can even fit my little mittens on. I don't know what that means, but there's like coffee shops that are just beautiful here. There's you name it, food galore. Great restaurants just along King here and in Bond. You know what I mean? Like. And there's even like another aspect that's like up, North Oshawa. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to go. I mean, I love Whitby. I hang out at Whitby a lot. Shout out Whitby. But there's a lot of great stuff here, man.
Right. Well, and even like you can go South Oshawa. There's stuff down there, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm a big fan of the flea market down there. Actually.
Okay. Yeah, I've been a couple of times. Yeah, I got to do a better job to visit for sure. There's new businesses Latino businesses that have opened up there, so I need to check them out. The Curtis Flea Market, cool little thing, cool little. Little places that are just filled with the farms. We're loaded by beautiful farms. Food trucks up here. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm also a big fan of like, and this is I don't think anyone talks about this. The outdoor spaces that we have in downtown, right? Like, my favorite place in the world is Oshawa Botanical Gardens over here,
dude.
That's like
that falls on
sit
me.
by the river.
I don't think I've
on
been
a
there.
nice sunny summer day.
Yeah?
Oh, so great.
Very cool.
Sometimes they have festivals out there in the summer.
Peony Festival? No.
Yeah. The Peony Festival.
I should be a vendor there. I'm so dumb.
You should. That would be golden for you.
Yeah. So, but you're right. There's
more than you could go to if you tried, right? Like, because I'm trying to go to everything, and you just don't have enough hours in a day.
Yeah.
Right?
Or money's.
Well, that's right. Everyone's short on that these days.
Yes, yeah. So I get that. When things are slow here, times are tough. So like, I understand. Like, I don't spend the way I used to when I first started here. I was Bruce Wayne at the beginning. You know what I mean? Bring out the Lamborghini, put the Lambo, and shots all on me. And now it's like,
nah, shots on you.
I think shot over here, just one shot. But
say it quietly so not everyone crowds around.
Yeah. So but hopefully, hopefully we stick together. We can enjoy each other's company at the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So we're coming up on the hour. Any last things you wanted to call out that's coming up?
No, just our, we have that event, Cocktails and Classics. We're about to announce. It's, save the date. I think it's April. Don't shoot the messenger. April 24th, I think. Something like that. It's like a Friday, I believe. But we're just picking up locations. So if there's a cool spot that you think we could host what we did over here, shoot me up. Shoot me a message. I'm always looking for talent, like I said, to do workshops. I'm also looking for a new home for my ice cream machine. So if there's a cafe out there, sorry for the plug.
No,
right?
Go ahead.
Because my term's coming up here, and I'm looking for a new home. Essentially, I have something that I'm working on possibly in Curtis that I want to see if I can get that done. But I'm looking for a new place where I can team up with a cafe and hook up my machine and create some ice cream, and we can work together and collab.
That's a thing that's unique about you is I think you're the only coffee guy in downtown that can do like an affogato.
Oh, I can guarantee you that. I'm the only cafe in probably Durham, I'll say that much, that does handcrafted ice cream, specialty coffee, where I team up with the best of the best and keep it local, right? We got Jack and Jacked Up, you know, we got Pickering, Chalo, we got, Scooter in Bowmanville, why am I forgetting? Aves in Oshawa, Maddie from Stock and Crown in Markham and Stouffville. And if we're getting anybody right now, you know me, I'm very forgetful. But
we'll put a list in front of
Yeah. Syrup proof. We are serious about this game. We love the community. We're going to continue to do killer drinks for cocktails and parties. And baked goods, you know, and baked goods. And baked goods that we'll do on the fly if the event calls for it. But we're in event planning. We're excited. We're pumped. We're bringing cool experiences to Durham. So look out. I'm going to dominate 2026.
Yeah.
Selfishly, you know,
It's
you got.
your year.
But that's the mentality.
It's your summer.
That's the mentality everybody has to have.
Right.
You know, you are the best at what you do. So go out there and put yourself out there.
No, like this has been the thing that I was saying. Like I felt like last summer was a little lackluster in downtown Oshawa, and it's the same thing. It's people all either go to Toronto or they go up north to a cottage, right? And it just gets kind of quiet and not so great.
Yeah.
And I've been saying all year long, our goal needs to be making this summer not like last summer.
Yes.
Right. And I think we've got a good summer coming up for us.
So do I. We got a good start. Great events have been happening here. Town is doing something cool in Whitby where they have this like music festival that was phenomenal last year. So if you're in I think it's like June 24th, 25th, 26th, something like that, 27th. I'm gonna be there on Saturday for 100% sure down there, and they're town's doing it. Another staple, local stuff. Support, what's brew. Oh my God, our local pub that we have here, local pub, not it's in Bowmanville, and then they moved over here. Chronicle. All or nothing in Oshawa. Like, there's coffee, alcohol, alcohol infused. All that stuff is here. You don't have to go anywhere. It's here.
Right.
Yeah. That's all.
You know what? I can't leave us on a better message than that. Gabe, thank you for doing this today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right. Beautiful.
All right.
Hasta luego.